What's up YouTube, this is Harvey 1997 here, coming at you today with my updated Metalfoes Zoodiac deck profile for the June 12th ban list. It's been going through a lot of changes lately, a lot of engines have been going in and out of it. This is my current build without diagrams. I can honestly say it's not anywhere close to as good as I wish it was, and I really do hate saying that right off the bat. But this deck simply is not anywhere close to what it was last format in being able to keep up. Nonetheless, though, it's still a very good deck. It's just not anywhere close to the meta as like what it used to be. But I'm still going to profile it for you guys regardless. I will say if you want to play this competitively, you should probably get some diagrams and True Dracos because like they're pretty needed now, since we don't have broken draw 5 combos. Alright. So, as always, we'll start off with the pendulums first. Metalfoes. Very, very standard. 3 gold driver, 3 silvered, 3 Volflame, 3 stealing, 2 Bismugear. Nothing has changed for these in quite some time. Probably for good reason. There's nothing really to change with them. 3 eccentric. Pretty obvious. 1 Dragoons of Draconia. I was trying it out today. I didn't really like it, but it's kind of a necessary evil now. I don't know, I didn't like it being there, but it did have a couple of times where I really needed a low scale and I had to search it. It is what it is, though. I definitely will not be playing King Bear anytime soon, because as a 7 scale, it can't even summon Volflame. I did not like this not being able to summon Stealing, because that was a very relevant one game, and I was not happy about that. Nonetheless, though, it's here just as a scale. And my latest addition here is 2 Guiding Ariadne. This is, I don't know, I've never really liked this card, in all honesty, because it kind of has some brick factors, but at the same time, I'm very okay with drawing all of its targets now. And without the draw 5 combo or anything like that, your biggest draw thing you can do in this turn is a turn 1 Emerald. Or if you're lucky, maybe like an Emerald and a Metalfoes fusion, if you can pull that off for a draw 2, but like you don't get a bunch of draws. Ariadne gets you a way to search back row now, since we don't have anything else we can do for that. I actually did like this a lot. I didn't ever keep it in the scale. I basically just popped it and then summoned it back or something like that. It's also nice that it's a level 4 because it can make Emerald, which is pretty cool. So being able to search strikes is also pretty lit. Alright, so now for the main deck monsters, we'll start off with the Zoo Engine. 2 Rats, 1 Ram, and 1 Whiptail. I don't really have a lot to say about these either. I like them the way they are. Without Diagram, I don't see a need for any more Rams. If I had Diagram, I'd probably play a second one, and I'd play more Whiptails, but for the time being, I like it how it is. Next, we have 3 Bale Baboons, because that card's OP. A couple weeks ago, I was running 3 Lone Fire Blossoms, 3 Predaplant Orphis Scorpio, and 2 Darlingtonia Cobra, or whatever its name is, as well as 1 Instant Fusion and the monster Dark Fire Dragon, just because I needed a level 4 fusion. However, I found these to not be very optimal. I don't know, I just didn't like what they did for the deck, so it's just down to Bale Baboon now for your rank 3 enablers, along with like Silvered and Eccentric, as always. 1 Maxx C, because it's Maxx C, and I guess it should be noted, 2 Ghost Ogres. I actually did make Invoker with one of these earlier today, and that was incredibly relevant, because like I had a really nasty hand. It's like Ghost Ogre combination, Silvered, Stealing, and I think a Gold Driver? I don't remember. Basically, I had to like pop the Silvered, and then I Pendulum summoned Ghost Ogre and the Silvered to make Invoker and go off from there. It wasn't great, but like Invoker is so necessary though, so it was what it was. And I'm main decking 2 Kaijus, Gamma Seal, and Humongous. I used to be doing 2 Humongous, but in the side I'm running these, so I need things with different names. So yeah, Gamma Seal is just the other lowest attack one. Alright, that is it for the monsters. There are 20 pendulum monsters and 12 other monsters. Onto the spells, very, very small lineup. Painful, Metalfoes Fusion, full Metalfoes Fusion. Can you count that? That's 3. Yeah. Not very many, but like, we don't need that many, so. Traps. Metalfoes counter, Metalfoes counter, Metalfoes combination. I haven't changed these in a very long time either. I like them how they are. Nothing really to say about them. Without diagrams or True Dracos or anything, there's not a reason to play multiple combinations either, so they are fine how they are. And lastly, in my optimized build, I would be playing 3 Solemn Strikes and 1 Solemn Warning for the Ariadne. However, it should be noted, I did not have a 3rd strike today, during the tournament anyway, so I was playing these 3 and 1 Grand Horn. It was actually really neat what happened with this. I was playing True King Dino, and I used this in the same main phase that I used it to negate the summon of a True King, but I used it in the same one that he used a Miscellaneous Source just to make his stuff protected. And it was actually really cool, because then that main phase ended. He didn't get to OTK me because he didn't have a battle phase that turn, essentially. And then when he went into the main phase 2, he didn't have that protection from his Miscellaneous Source anymore. So it was a really cool thing, but it didn't win me the game, so it didn't really matter that much. I just thought it was neat. But yeah, this is definitely what I'd be playing if I could. If you can afford these, hands down, best trap or counter trap lineup from Ariadne. And Solemn Strike is just like the nuts, so you know. And Solemn Warning also stops Masterpiece, which is lit. Onto the extra deck. 4 fusions, these have not changed in a long time. Alcahest, Mithrilium, Orichalc. I did not make Alcahest a single time today, but the threat of him being there was very relevant. As in, like, I had the setup with him and being able to, like, fuse Orichalc to make him. I put it this way, he would have been summoned a couple times had my opponents not scooped. So, but yeah, I did not actually summon him though. By the way, if you hear anything in the background, I apologize. That'd be my dog. He's being loud. Just try to ignore that. Alright, now we're on to the Zoodiac Exeases. 1 Hammer Kong, 1 Chakanine, 1 Tiger Mortar, 1 Broad Bull, and 2 Dridents. These, I've kept them the same for quite a while. I actually just started playing 2 Drident today. I really liked it. Mainly because, I mainly just threw it in because I was like, well, I've got an extra slot, I might as well. But it gave me a lot of freedom in being able to, like, not just have, like, 1 Drident the whole game. It basically was allowing me to, like, if I recycle one of these things, I can make the second one later. It was very relevant. If you can get a second Drident, I would highly recommend that. It's very good. Then I ran 2 Daigusto Emeralds. Good cards are good, nothing to say though. 1 Tornado Dragon. This was actually pretty good today. 1 Invoker, and 1 Breaksword for our rank 3s. I made this once, made this a lot more than that, obviously. But yeah, without Terror Top or anything else, you really typically only make like 1 rank 3 a game, just the Invoker. Breaksword was relevant in the game that I made him, but it was just 1 game, so he'll definitely still keep the slot just because it's very generic spot removal, and it's easy to make with like Silver and Eccentrics. It just didn't come up today. So that is the extra, and I normally don't do the side, but for this one I found it, I kind of feel it's necessary because there is a lot of things that should be explained why they're not in the main or things like that. So for side, we start off with bigger Kaiju engine. This is just, oh, and I guess I'll throw it with that 1 Raigeki. This is for Zoodiac, True Draco, and Zoodiac True Draco. They're good against all of those, and yeah, board wipes are necessary, Kaijus are necessary, Kaiju board wipes are necessary. 2 Twin Twisters, never sided them in all day. They're just kind of for whatever deck, like anything like back row heavy. I just didn't play anything like that. 2 Lullaby of Obedience. God, this card was awesome in the game I pulled it off in. It was against the True Draco Zoodiac, and I took his Rat Pier, and he was not happy about that, because I got to do the original 3 rat combo, and it made me so happy. Because basically, I had an Invoker on board, and I used Lullaby to get his rat, but he just put it in my hand. So I summoned the rat from my hand and then also summoned the other one from the deck. And it was pretty awesome. So yeah, Lullaby of Obedience. It's such a good card. Two-dimensional barriers. I didn't have them in every matchup that I sided them in, but the ones where I did, they were blowouts. Nothing more to say. One Unending Nightmare. Same as Dimensional Barrier. I only saw it a couple of times, but the times I did, it was extremely relevant. One Imperial Order. Same again. Sorry about that. Two Quaking Mirror Forces. Didn't draw them all day. Don't know. There's not a lot to say. I didn't draw them. And one Abyss Dweller for the Dinosaur matchup. Just because I couldn't really find the spot for the extra. I was thinking about it instead of the second Trident, but looking back on it, I'm incredibly glad the second Trident was there instead of this. So, it's very good against Dino, but since that's all it's for, I found no need to, keep it, at any higher than the side, just because it seems good where it was. So, yeah, that's going to do it for this deck profile, guys. Tell me what you think about it in the comments section below. As I said, missing Norden makes this deck very, very lackluster in compared to how it used to be. It didn't take the hit quite as well as the other decks did, but I still enjoy the deck. It's still very good. I just do honestly believe that now it really does need diagrams and Masterpiece in order to really keep up. It's the sad truth, but I do think that's just kind of how it's going to go. If I do another profile for this anytime soon, it will probably be when I break my bank open and get diagrams, because I know I'm going to have those before I go to Nationals this year. So, yeah, as I said, you guys tell me in the comment section below what you think about the deck as of the June 12th ban list. As always, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for all my future content, and I will catch you in my next video.